Hey guys, this is Matt from MrNoDStudios here, and welcome back to this second installment of our Hearts of Iron 4 series as Yugoslavia. In the previous episode, we went to war with Macedonia, and we just sort of set up Yugoslavia towards a communist path. We also industrialized a lot more, and we got that whole resource situation a little bit better under control. However, speaking of resources, I never actually canceled that trade order we had put in. So where is that trade? If I can find the tab. Let's go over here and cancel that trade order that we had with Thailand, because we were importing rubber from them. So we're at a deficit with rubber 4 right now, but if we take a look at the construction menu, we'll see, dang, pretty soon in July, our rubber factory is going to be done. It's going to be all completed and ready to go. So I'm not going to, keep continuing to import rubber. It's going to cost us a little bit with our factories, so I don't want to do that unless I have to. We're not currently in a period of war right now, so I don't have to worry too much about our production, but we are starting to fall behind with this. Our light mechanized are really behind. We need to get more factories in there. In fact, I'm going to assign 3 of those. Yeah, we'll do 3 for the light mechanized. Just because so much of our army is comprised of mechanized infantry right now, it's kind of hard to focus on regular infantry, at least until we get the army experience to create a new battalion. Pocket defenses research. Let's move on to defense in depth. Radical, bro. We got military industry 2 all completed. Let's move on to military industry 3. Ooh, look at that. The Communist Party, KP, under Josip Jaska Broz, is, the most popular party now in Yugoslavia. They have 32% of the popularity. The second place runner-up is the Conservative Party with 28%, and then you have the Socialist Party with 25%. So the communists are on the up and up. They might be taking over soon. The first tier of destroyers has completed, so let's move on to frigates. Taking a look at Russia, it looks like the Communist Party is making a take-back. They're in second place in terms of popularity right now. United Russia, the reactionary party that's in control under Putin, is at 41%, but the communists, they're only 10% behind at 31%. Well, it would be really cool if they did turn into a communist country, because maybe we could form an international with them, because we're trying to go communist, and if we have the support of a huge nation like Russia, ooh, the possibilities are endless. Well, we sure have reached a monumental moment in history here. The September 11th attacks. It's September 11th, 2001 right now, 1600 hours. I was 1 year old when this attack happened. I actually live in New York, so I don't live in the city, but it definitely does strike a chord with me, and I'm not the type of person who's like, we need to restrict everybody because of terrorism, but it definitely does strike a chord. I mean, terrorism is not a good thing. I mean, it strikes everybody. It devastates everyone, It's terrible. It puts the nation into fear. Anyways, let's dive into this article here. News reporters from the United States have brought to our attention that the World Trade Center in New York City was attacked by Islamist terrorists belonging to the Al-Qaeda network. 19 hijackers attacked and captured 4 different planes in the morning of September 11th. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 flew into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. In 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175 followed suit, crashing into the South Tower at 9:37 a.m. American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and finally, at 10:03 a.m., the passengers of a United Airlines Flight 93 tried to recapture their plane from the hijackers, causing it to crash on a field in Pennsylvania. Its intended target was likely another important spot in the capital. Yeah, tragic event, but I do feel like the government definitely was conspiring, They need a reason for war, they need a reason to stay in the Middle East and keep taking oil. They need these type of things. They need a casus belli, just like we need it in Hearts of Iron 4. So, I'm pretty sure George W. Bush, well, not pretty sure, he freaking had information from the CIA that this attack could possibly happen. Like, he had leads on this attack, and he basically just let them go to the wayside and let them happen, so that way we could have another reason to stay in the Middle East. It's pretty messed up, honestly. And I'm not like a huge conspiracy theorist. There are certain aspects of the conspiracy of the, 9/11 attacks that are kind of like Illuminati, like, yeah, okay, that stuff isn't real type of stuff. But a lot of it, yeah, it's like the government is conspiring to keep us in chains. I don't know, it's a whole entire crazy situation, and there's just a lot to it. American National Prayer Service. Held at Washington National Cathedral, the National Prayer Service was an attempt to give the United States a short rest after the constant turmoil of the last 3 days. President George W. Bush held the main speech of the event, proclaiming, just 3 days removed from these events, Americans do not yet have the distance of history, but our responsibility to history is already clear, to answer these attacks and rid the world of evil. In other news, the Democrats rally behind the Republicans. In response to the terror attacks on September 11th, the Democratic Party has taken the decision to bury the war hatchet of the bipartisan political conflict with the Republicans. In New York City, the Republicans under Rudy Giuliani and the Democrats under Hillary Clinton have already worked together successfully to fight back against the catastrophe. Senator Clinton has now held a decisive speech about American national unity in the face of the terror attacks. It seems that the two political parties will work together in the aftermath in this crisis. Just this once. Yeah, just this once. Dude, cross that crap out. They're working together all the time, dude. They're sitting at a round table. Hillary Clinton's slapping Donald Trump on the butt. Then Hillary turns around and frickin' Donald Trump does the same exact crap to her. You know that crap's happening. Don't even try and lie about it. Murder of Balbir Singh Sodhi. In the wake of the terrorist attacks on September 11th, violence against various ethnic and religious groups has skyrocketed in the United States. This includes Arab Muslims and people who look like they are. Balbir Singh Sodhi, a Sikh born in India and the owner of a gas station in Arizona, was today brutally ambushed and murdered without provocation by Frank Silva Roque, a 42-year-old self-proclaimed American patriot, who would then go on to attempt to murder several other people of either Lebanese or Afghan descent. Jesus, dude. You gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill out with that. That's the messed up thing about this too. And one of the things that, as an Asian American, like anti-immigration protesting and just that fervor of anti-immigration and xenophobia, it makes me worried as an Asian American because, well, it just creates this atmosphere of violence and hatred towards anyone who isn't, well, white. I don't know. It's messed up, dude. It really is. Okay, don't fucking kill your neighbor because he's from Afghanistan because a fucking terrorist attack happened, all right? The 2001 anthrax attacks. The FBI has released public information about the Amerithrax case, a series of assassination attempts using letters infected with anthrax spores beginning on September 18th, 2001. The recipients of the letters included U.S. Senate Majority Leader Tom Dashley, Democrat, and Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy, Democrat as well. 5 people have been killed so far, and the FBI has not published any information about the potential suspects yet. You know, all of this very much reminds me of the Unabomber, and that's a very interesting case because nobody knew who the heck it was. This guy was so disconnected. He was living in the middle of a freaking forest and like a room no bigger than your freaking kitchen. Like, this room was not big. He had a one-room house. It was extremely small, no running power, no water, no nothing, dude. This guy was completely cut off. He was basically living all by himself, too. I mean, he didn't really have any contact with anyone, no family members, no one lived with him, nothing like that. So because he was so disconnected, the authorities really didn't have a whole lot of information on him. So it was really hard to track him down and figure out who it was. And what ended up happening was when he posted his manifesto in the newspaper, I think it was the New York Times and the Washington Post that he published it to, they ended up publishing it, and then the Unabomber's brother actually looked at it, and he was like, wow, this looks really similar to what my brother was writing in his college days and stuff like that. So he just noticed that the writing style was very similar to his brother's. So he submitted that information to the FBI. They went over to his little cabin. They found a bunch of gunpowder, bomb parts, whole bunch of crazy stuff that this dude was using in order to mail out his bombs. And yeah, just overall a very crazy case. And the simple fact that this dude got away with it for what, like 30, 40 years before he finally got caught is just insane. Absolutely insane. But anyways, the terror continues as it always does. The War on Terror. On September 20th, 2001, George W. Bush held what might be the most defining speech of the post-9/11 effort yet. He talked about the internal and foreign policy and made a declaration of "for us or against us" by exclaiming the following: "Every nation and every region now has a decision to make. Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists. From this day forward, any nation that continues to harbor or support terrorism will be regarded by the United States as a hostile regime." British trade investments. A British trade delegation has arrived in our capital. This will only increase our economic ties to the United Kingdom. Okay, so that'll give us a little bit of political power, increase our trade relations with the United Kingdom. Okay. We also have a national focus to go ahead and set. We finished Military Industry 3, and I think I'm just going to move on right down the line to Military Industry 4, and then we'll swipe up Military Industry 5 while we're at it as well. Ooh, and we also have some civilian factories that are free. We should definitely set those up to do something. Let's see. We're running a deficit on steel currently. So I think I'm going to make a steel factory, a second one. Or should we do a civilian factory instead? Well, we are going down the military industry tab right now for a focus. So we really should focus on trying to get our resources up, our resource production up. So we'll go with the steel factory in Morava. Then we'll just do 2 civilian factories. And let's get a naval dockyard too. A major nationalist rally has taken place, demanding a stop to immigration and a greater emphasis on national sentiment. A major rally by nationalistic forces has today taken place in one of our great cities. Our government does not seem to be able to predict rallies like these. We will have to watch ourselves. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to give them more influence. We'll just give them the 3% popularity and move on with our lives. We also have enough political power to make another governmental change. However, I don't think I'm going to do it just yet. I think what I'm going to do is save the political power. Oh, wait. We could do a chief of army. You know, I was thinking we could save it and then wait until we go to war and then maybe do extensive conscription or change around our trade policy. Because when we're at war, we have more leeway with that. But yeah, let's just go with a chief of army because, well, it's available and we can assign it right now. Let's see. What do we want? I'm thinking I'm going to go with the attack. Yeah, let's just go with the army offense specialist, Nikola Pevkovic. Boom. He'll give us a plus 5% boost with our division attack. That's going to be really helpful, especially in the beginning here when we are invading various other nations. United States goes to war. All diplomats of the United States have failed. Ooh, I wonder who they went to war with. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. They went to war with Afghanistan. Probably could have expected that. Alright, well, that's interesting. We'll see where that ends up. George W. Bush announces enduring freedom. The President of the United States, George W. Bush, has informed the U.S. Congress that tomorrow, on October 7th, a military invasion of the Taliban-ruled Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan would begin. The American military attack is to carry the title Operation Enduring Freedom. The President also announced his intention to somehow involve the allied nations in the war effort. You know, I love America and how they just have this general overall, sentiment of freedom. You know, we're Americans. We're like, yeah, we love freedom. We're really in chains, but we love freedom, guys. Yeah, freedom. Fuck yeah, we got the freedom fries, the freedom burgers, and Operation Enduring Freedom. I love how they throw freedom into every little piece of thing, just as a piece of, propaganda. It's funny. The government of Afghanistan has already issued a declaration of protest, but as no major nation on earth actually has diplomatic relations with Afghanistan, it is unlikely to have an effect. Well, that ended rather quick. The Conservative Party Republican Party has been put in power in Afghanistan. The Treaty of Talakwan. Jeez, that was a very quick takeover. Yeah, I'm guessing they just immediately surrendered as soon as they realized that they were going up against the true might of the United States. Yeah, you don't win a military fight against the United States. It just doesn't happen, people. Since we have enough political power, I'm going to go ahead and right-click on Croatia and begin justifying a war goal against them. Oh, no, I don't have enough. I need 11 more. Oops. The first tier of frigates has finished researching, so let's go ahead and... What do we want to do? Ooh, we could do improved engines for the destroyers. That would be nice. What else is there? We could get some missile cruisers. Ooh, carriers. What are those? Like aircraft carriers? Yeah, looks like it. That takes a long time to research, though. Amphibious assault ship. Submarine. Yeah, let's go with the first tier of submarines. Why not? Sweet. And let's see, do we have enough political power now to go to war with Croatia? Nope, not quite. There we do. Now we got enough. Let's go ahead and work on that justification against Croatia. We'll move in on them after we're finished with Albania. Improved anti-tank weapons is completed. Let's see, what else do we want to go for? Ooh, we could... Oh, no, that... I thought that said 0.04 years. No, that says 8.04. Never mind. We're not going for that. Let's see. We could go for the holographic site. That's not bad. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for the holographic site. It'll give us a little bit of a boost with our soft attack. Ah, the euro, such a topic of discussion here in our modern world. On January 1st, 2002, several great European currencies came to an end when they were all replaced by a common continental supercurrency. Simply called the euro, the new European Union currency is already viewed as the second most important currency, only beaten by the US dollar. Wow. Really? A third parliamentary crisis? This is what you're going to do to me? I mean, I don't mind it. It's giving me some stability, but it's taking a heck of a lot of political power out of my country, which I don't appreciate. Guantanamo Bay Detention Center. In response to the terror attacks on September 11th, the government of the United States has been looking for a place to put high-risk prison inmates that are accused of having been taken part in terroristic activities or having actively planned to do so. Such a center has now been established in an American-controlled part on the island of Cuba at Guantanamo Bay Naval Base. The Cuban government, which does not recognize America's ongoing lease of Guantanamo Bay, has already issued a protest to the furthering of the American military presence on the island. This will surely be perfectly legal and humane, I'm sure, yes. Pinky out. Submarine 1 has finished. Let's move on to another area of research. I think I'm going to move away from the naval screen for right now. I mean, maybe we could do a naval doctrine. That wouldn't be half bad. I mean, usually I don't focus on my Navy too much, but we are in the Mediterranean, so we're definitely going to need some naval support. Especially to get out of Europe, since we have, like, Russia and NATO kind of blocking us in. Yeah, we have NATO to the south and the west, and then Russia over here, so unless NATO really dissolves and continues to do worse, I guess, we're going to have some trouble with that, and we might have to look overseas. Let's see, what would we want to get, though? Base strike. With a strong focus on carriers and their support, no enemy will be outside of our reach, whether on land or at sea. Could do a trade interdiction. I kind of like that, actually. Or a fleet in being. A strong fleet focused around battleships means that we are forced to be reckoned. Disregard that. A strong fleet focused around battleships means that we are a force to be reckoned with when deployed at sea. That was better. We could do that as well. I'm thinking either the trade interdiction or the fleet in being. I don't know, the fleet in being sounds more badass, so I'm gonna go with that. Our justification over here against Albania has completed, so let's go ahead and declare war. What the heck are we waiting for? Let's do it, man. And I don't think they really have too much. Is it only those 2 brigades? Yeah, I think that's it. Let's activate the plan. Yeah, they're going to get completely swarmed. We're just going to stomp right into the... Well, sorry, the game froze for a second. We're just going to stomp right into the capital, and they have capitulated. Well, that was a very easy war to win. Let's go ahead and deploy the army against Croatia up here to the north. And we'll set up the offensive line to go all the way over there. I don't think Croatia is going to be too difficult to beat either. Oh, hello. I guess we got to bring it to the war table now. We're just going to take all of their states like we did to Macedonia. And we can end the turn. Sweet. I'm really depressed, though. We aren't getting a lot of army experience, and I really wanted it. just so that way we can design our infantry division, because we haven't been able to do that. 2002 Salt Lake City Olympics. The 19th Olympic Winter Games were held in Salt Lake City, Utah, United States, from February 8th to February 24th, 2002. Salt Lake City's 1995 bid for the 2002 Games clearly defeated all other contestants, winning the bid in the first round. It would mark the 8th time since the United States hosted the Olympics, after St. Louis 1904, Los Angeles 1932, Lake Placid 1932, Squaw Valley 1960, Lake Placid 1980, Los Angeles 1984, and Atlanta 1996. 78 nations took part, with Cameroon, Hong Kong, Nepal, Tajikistan, and Thailand participating in the Winter Games for the first time. Though overshadowed by fear of terrorism, the Games remained peaceful and were dominated by Norway, 13-5-7, Germany, 12-16-8, and the hosting United States, 10-13-11. Okay, so we have a naval dockyard all set up and ready to go. So I was thinking we could just go ahead and start production on our Navy right now. It's not going to be a whole lot because it's just going to be one dockyard working on ships. However, it's still helpful and it's still going to build up our Navy slowly. So I'm very interested in doing it. I think I'm going to start off here with corvettes. The first tier of corvettes, we'll get a few of those. Also, I want to begin justification against another country since we're already doing it with Croatia. I was thinking maybe Bosnia and Herzegovina, or we could also go for Bulgaria. I feel like Romania is a little bit too big, and we definitely can't go for Hungary or Greece because they're both a part of NATO, and yeah, that's not happening. Definitely not happening. Yeah, I think we'll just go for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Oh, we need 5 more political power. 5 more. Why do you gotta do this to me, game? You embarrass me every single time. You make me look like a fool. There we go. Defense in depth is completed. We're gonna move on towards the mass mobilization route with the People's Army. The People's Army believes in the primacy of men over weapons, with superior motivation compensating for inferior technology, and enjoys widespread support from the civilian population. Global status, we're going to take a little bit less attrition, and our partisans are going to be a little bit more effective. Also, it unlocks a mass charge. What? What is this I am seeing right now? CPUSA 8%. Ooh, okay, I like that. That can keep rising if it wants to. So, they're the major third party now in the United States. Wow. I wonder if there's some, like, insurgency or just foreign meddling going on. I mean, I don't mind if the United States turns communist. That is fine by me. I will enjoy them as an ally. And also, if they do turn communist, I think NATO will dissolve. That might only happen if they have a civil war. Ethiopia gains Chinese military assistance. After a prolonged rivalry between American and Chinese armament companies to supply the Ethiopian military, the Ethiopian government has granted massive liberties to the Chinese corporations and has signed several military economic treaties with the People's Republic of China. The Secretary of State of the United States has already expressed a great amount of regret regarding the Ethiopian decision. They've defied America! Killed them! Burn them at the stake! Nobody defies America! America the Great that stands up for freedom in the world! I know I just pissed off a few patriots with those few lines. Holographic Site 2 completed. Nice. Let's move on with the Red Laser Site. Alright. Military Industry 5 is completed, so that completes all of the military industry focuses, which is very nice because things are looking pretty good with our factory situation now. We are still running a resource deficit, I think. Oh, no, wait. We aren't. Yeah, no, we're not running the resource deficit anymore because the steel factory completed. All right. I'll take it. We're going to need another one soon, though. Definitely going to need another one. I think I'll just go ahead and set up one right now. Might as well. Or should we even do another one? I don't know. Here, let's actually set up a few anti-air Majugalis. We'll do 4 of them right there. Just to kind of protect our capital from any air invasions or anything like that. I mean, we shouldn't have to worry about it right away. I'm just trying to look towards the future, because I don't think Croatia or Bosnia really has a huge air force. It's probably not much bigger than ours. We're going to move along with the industrial focus and do civilian industry 4. Also, since we have a surplus of military factories right now, there's 3 extra that we aren't using. I'm going to go ahead and allocate those right now. I think the best thing to do would probably be get some tanks. Let's see. Which ones are we using in our armored divisions? Mechanized. Oop, wrong unit. MBT, main battle tanks. So let's go ahead and get some of those. If I can find the freaking right tab. I'm so sad, aren't I? Okay, there we go. We'll get 3 factories working on those. It's going to take a while for them to, get that all set up and situated and everything, but... Oh, geez, now we're running a deficit with our resources, though. Ooh, that's not good. All right, we'll trade with South Africa there and the United States a little bit more. Oh, man, that really hurts. That's steel. That is terrible, dude. Here, let's... Oh, yeah, we're going to need to get another steel factory. No way around it. We'll cancel all of the rest of the construction thingies except for the civilian factory there. And we'll get 2 steel factories. Then we could set up some more orders for civilian factories, and then finally do the anti-air protection. That seems like a better plan for me. 2002 FIFA World Cup. It was only a matter of time until Asia would get to host its first FIFA Football World Cup competition, but no single country stepped forward, and thus South Korea and Japan made a common 2-country bid and won, even though the FIFA would make it policy later on that only single country bids were allowed from that point onwards. After Japan got eliminated in the round of 16, only South Korea was left to represent the hosts, and made it all the way to the semi-finals after eliminating both Italy and Spain, to meet their match in Germany. Germany would then go on to be defeated 0-2 by Brazil. Brazil thus won its 5th World Cup title. Prison Break? Oh boy, I'm kind of worried now. Kind of spooked out, man. I actually love Prison Break, the show. Great show. Anyways, a notorious murderer and child rapist, kill him, has recently escaped from one of our national prisons. The local citizens are panicking and the local politicians are disgraced. This is becoming a matter of national stability and pride. What should we do? No. Yes, we need to reform our prison system. It'll take 50 political power. We can spare that. We have 124, and it'll give us a little bit of stability. Alrighty guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode off here. If you are enjoying the Hearts of Iron 4 series so far, be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, and please subscribe. It really helps out guys, and it really does mean a lot. So once again, thank you all so much, and I will be seeing you all, hopefully, in the next episode. Bye bye.